accountability buddies. I'm Les, and this is another episode of Less is More Healthy. Um, Sorry for Casey Neistatting it today with some sunglasses, but you're gonna see a ride video anyway, so have fun. Uh, I have a rant. I have a rant uh, because social media is feeding me a whole lot of videos and posts and images where people are talking out their ass about Ozempic, Wegovy, and all the semaglutide and uh, insulin antagonist medications. Now, I'm on one of those medications. I'm on Ribelsis, which is the oral form of Ozempic. Um, so, just gonna preface this with that, and it has been a life-altering medication, and I have lost probably 50% of the weight that I've lost because of that medication, but also because I've radically altered my diet to be a low carb diet, which works for my body, but also I've introduced exercise into my life in a way that I hadn't been able to and hadn't been motivated to do for like 20 years. Um, and one of the things that has been really irritating about all of these people who don't know shit about what it means to live with a chronic illness, or what it means to live in a heavy body, a fat body, whatever you want to call it, an overweight body. Um, they just don't understand. So a lot of these videos and posts that I've seen are all about how people on Ozempic and Wegovy are cheating. They don't learn anything from their mistakes. That they gain all the weight back once they go off the medication. Blah 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 blah. And then there's a lot of I've seen so many things pop up in my feed about celebrities who take these medications to lose weight. And who cares? If someone wants to lose weight and they want to take a medication to lose weight, I don't care. Other than the fact that it has made it somewhat more difficult for me to get my medication, particularly when I was first on it 2 years ago. Um, I don't, it doesn't matter to me how someone wants to lose weight. If someone wants to change their lifestyle in a way that makes them feel more healthy, then good for them. Um, I don't care if people feel like I'm cheating and I'm not learning anything. And here's a whole other side of it. Like, you don't just magically stop, like you don't magically lose the weight on the medication. These medications work in a couple of ways. For my body, what it does is it helps my body use insulin and process carbohydrates in a way that it doesn't know how to. It doesn't understand how to process the carbohydrates. It doesn't understand how to use insulin. And so using a medication like um, Ribelsis means that I eat healthier than without it. The whole other side of this is like also losing weight, whether you are taking a medication or not, you have to change your lifestyle. Another side of these medications is if you eat poorly, um, you feel it. Ribelsis, if I eat crap, or I eat too many carbohydrates, I still feel terrible. I will still get a blood sugar spike. I'll still be groggy after I engage in that. And sometimes there's also a stomach side effect from that. So, like, you still have to change your diet and you still have to add exercise in. It just makes things a little more comfortable and realistic. And the reality of it is like when you're someone like me with type 2 diabetes, you have a chronic illness, I also have PCOS, which is also a chronic illness. Um, it is a lot harder to lose weight even with calorie restriction and exercise. And if you are restricting too many calories with exercise, you feel like shit. Like last summer, I didn't feel as strong or as fit because I was restricting my calories too much, particularly when I was out on a ride. And through conversations with my endocrinologist, I realized I actually needed to take in more carbohydrates during a ride, particularly if I was riding 3 or more hours. So that became a plan of 15 grams of carbs in roughly, per hour, and then testing in 15 minutes to see where my blood sugars were or are. And just, you know, keeping my blood sugar between 80 and 120. But also learning that I need to eat at 80 or before, between 80 and 90, uh, for my blood sugar level. I need to eat. But, like, so these are things that I have actually learned through the process of being on Ribelsis. And I don't know if any of this audio is going to come out because I am behind a construction dump truck, and that truck is just real loud. I think there's not just is it loud in general, but I think there's something wrong with the muffler. But anyway, like, learning, I had to learn, so that I could feel my best. And I often, like, the other thing that Ribelsis has allowed me to do, and this is one of its functions in terms of like just straight weight loss, is that it shuts off the screaming monkey in your brain telling you to eat and eat and eat. And people who don't feel that and don't understand that are never going to understand that. They're never going to comprehend that part of the reason, like, you eat is because your brain is screaming at you to eat, and sometimes you're bored. And this is a question that I ask myself, like, when I go to the cabinet to eat, I ask myself, am I hungry or am I bored? And sometimes I'll chew gum, and if I'm hungry 15 minutes from then, I'll eat. But this is definitely a change I've had to have in my lifestyle. So, like, the idea that someone who's on Wegovy or Ozempic doesn't understand how to change their diet is utter bullshit, and it's just an additional layer of judgment and fat phobia that people who are thin honestly don't understand. They're never going to comprehend. They're never going to comprehend what it means to be heavy and what it means to learn how to eat properly, because they don't understand what it means. And this is also one of the reasons why I don't want diet advice from skinny people. I don't want a skinny influencer telling me how to lose weight, because they've never had to lose weight before. They've never carried a additional 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 90 pounds on their body. So they really don't get it. Um, so yeah, I take all of that sort of like influencer diet culture advice under about the same advisement that I would take 80s and 90s diet advice today, with a huge grain of salt and a side eye, because a lot of it is just not real and not based in reality. And these people don't understand what it means to be fat, to have a chronic illness, and to have tried diet and exercise in the past and have had it fail miserably. And so they just need to shut their mouth about this being cheating, because taking a medication that you need for your chronic illness is not fucking cheating. It's not cheating. And, it's just so frustrating to, like, here I am, I'm busting my ass to feel healthier and feel more fit. And it's really, it's just never going to be enough for the diet industry. It's never going to be enough. And there are always going to be people for whom, like, even when I lose weight, it's never going to be enough for them. Because they're caught up in the how. They're caught up in not just the process of it, but like the reality of what it is for some of us who are in different situations from the situation they're in. And it's myopic and it's ridiculous and it's super judgmental, and fuck that. Anyway, that's my rant. um Wegovy and Ozempic are not cheating, and if you think it's cheating, you should probably leave this channel. Anyway, thank you for being here. I appreciate you for being here, and I will see you next time. Thanks and bye.